The Softwar PDA app, or Public Data Application, is designed to cipher and decipher any data file on an Android device using the public key asymmetrical encryption system. The public keys are created by a user for public distribution. PDA does not cipher files on your Android device per se, but it does create an output file similar to other utilities such as zip, and this output file contains the selected data ciphered with the public key. This allows you to exchange data in a secure manner with people that you have not had physical contact. Public key encryption, also known as asymmetrical cryptography, is a two-key system. PDA creates a pair of two separate keys, a private key and a public key. The public key locks or ciphers data. You can distribute the public key freely. The private key unlocks or deciphers data. Your PDA private key is password locked, so unauthorized individuals cannot access or decode your information. Data files ciphered with the public key can only be deciphered with the corresponding private key. The public key may be published without compromising security, whereas the private key must not be revealed to unauthorized individuals. You can send your public key to other users who then can cipher any data and send it back to you. For example, PDA can be used to exchange Nunya text message keys created with the Android Cipher utility in a secure fashion. This is an example of a public key. The public key can be sent as a file by itself, or it can be included as text within a message. If it is included as text within a message, simply extract the public key with the begin public key all the way through to the end public key and save that as a separate file. PDA will then be able to utilize that key to encrypt data. PDA allows you to create public keys. To start, simply enter your password, which has to be 8 characters or more, and click on Create Key. PDA will then ask you what to name your key. Simply click on Key File Name once you've entered the key. PDA will give you an indication that it has completed the key making process with a message Done, and it will show you the key names that you have created. In this case, I have created a public key called mykey.pky in the Softwar public directory, and I have created a private key called mykey.pri in the Softwar private directory. To encipher a file with PDA, first select the file. In this case, we will use a simulated contract that has been stored as an image in my camera folder. To cipher the file with PDA, simply click Cipher. PDA will then ask you what the file name is that you wish to encrypt. In this case, it is in my DSIM folder. If it was in a subdirectory, I would simply highlight the main directory and click the arrow key. Once I reach the directory where the file resides, I will click Select. PDA will then display the files within that subdirectory, and there is Contract, and again select the file and hit the Select button. PDA will now ask you where the public key to encrypt this file resides. In this case, it is in my Softwar public directory, so I will hit Softwar and click on the arrow key to go to the subdirectory listing. And there is the subdirectory Softwar public, and I will click Select. PDA displays the listings of the public keys within my Softwar public subdirectory, and there is mykey.pky. and I will click Select. PDA creates an output file and does not replace your original file. When PDA has completed the process, it will give you an indication with the Done message. Do keep in mind that PDA creates an output file using the data that you wished to encrypt. This is similar to, say, the zip utility. That output file will be in your Softwar subdirectory, and it will start out with PDA and a time and date stamp .dat. To decode a file or decipher, enter your password and click the decipher command. PDA will then request where does the file reside to decipher. In this case, it is in my Softwar subdirectory. And there is the file that was just created, the PDA with a timestamp .dat. And I will select that file. PDA will then ask you for the key directory. In this case, my key, the private key, resides in a subdirectory of Softwar, and I will click the arrow key to get to the subdirectories. And there is the private subdirectory. I will click Select. And there is the key, mykey.pri, or private key, and I will click Select. PDA will then decode the file and store it in the Softwar subdirectory. Once completed, PDA will show that it has completed the process by displaying Done. It will show you the data file that it used and the private key. We will go review the result. PDA will have put the output of the decode process inside the Softwar subdirectory. And as you can see, inside the directory is the contract decoded from the PDA file. Essentially, what this allows you to do, a person can have a signed contract, take a picture of it, you send them your public key, and they can encrypt that image and send it back to you in total security. Another example, obviously, is with the Nunya encrypted text messenger. You can create keys, private keys, utilizing the cipher utility, and transmit those keys again over the internet or via your cell phone, and you can transmit those files in total security.